Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with SimplerOptions.com, and in tonight's free video, I'm recapping a couple of symbols that I'd been looking at in the past, and CSX I was considering the idea that if the markets were going to be able to roll over, that this may have been a name to look at in the same way. Now, I was able to avoid this, and we cover a lot of this with more detail in our chat room, but of the list that I had, this never really started to break down to any meaningful significance. So, no real triggers to the short side, and I bring it back up with you just to say that when something like this is breaking out, the fact that transports are leading the way higher should be beneficial as we continue to move forward. You had a similar situation in Goldman Sachs, where that squeeze fired short. It found support near the bottom of the current range, and now it's just, kind of right back into it. I don't know that I love buying Goldman Sachs necessarily, but it's just to show you these setups that did have bearish potential are being bought very quickly, and I think that's a testament to the overall market strength. A couple other names that I thought I'd bring to your attention that aren't quite so index related, but I do like the potential of Etsy here. Depending on exactly how you'd like to draw your trend lines, that may be or may not be above the level that you'd specify. I more like it back up above the 80 MA today, and the squeeze I think has good potential. Now get your expectations in check, because just because we kind of like it in here doesn't mean that it's going to go straight up. You can see the last of these signals that we had prior to their earnings was quite a bit of chop. So be prepared that if it has to do something like that, you don't want to get shaken out through it. You want to try to be patient and see if we can catch a bid into earnings, not necessarily through the report, but try to catch some of that optimism as the next earnings date gets closer. I think that that is definitely worth considering, and these are some of the more bullish positions I'm going to be focused on as we move higher. I also think that you can look for continuation from Adobe. Yes, it did, the breakout happened today, and if you feel like you're chasing the highs a bit, I can understand that, but I also think it's worth looking at the idea that these lifetime highs are going to become the next self-fulfilling prophecy. At least that's the way I'm looking to allocate my cash. If I get assigned on some of the puts that I've been short down here, I can just take the stock and try to see it through for that move. Otherwise, I think that these are decent, high probability plays, and I would also have you look at DE as one last ticker to consider buying. These signals may take a long time to play out, but if the breakout that we saw today is any signal of what's going to be coming through into the end of the year, I think you want to focus on buying these names, eventually trying to get DE back up above that lifetime high, and these are places that I'll be focused. So I hope that's helpful, and we will update these ideas in the next free video.